My father was raised in the era when black niggas couldn't claim Native American.
You don't have to try to be something you're not.
Trying to be something I'm not? Trying to be proud of my African heritage? That's being something I'm not, then fine.
My grandmother was a full-blooded Iroquois.
I know all of that, Mama.
They don't know this. I am alive because of the blood of a people who never scraped or begged or apologized for what they were.
And you
Had to reach into an African dictionary to find a name that would make you proud.
As a native Black American and a proud member of the Muscogee Creek Nation, I understand the importance of tracing your lineage. Help me help you discover your roots with a personalized genealogy consultation. Paper trail Genealogy Matters. DNA tests can't prove ethnicity or tribal affiliation. You must search through paper records to dive deep into your family heritage. During the meeting, I will teach you how to navigate the genealogy process with ease. You'll learn how to link tribal affiliation with your ancestors, and I'll show you the step-by-step process I went through to gaining tribal citizenship. Take the first step to unlocking your past. To book a consultation, send an email to mike@keymediapro.com.
Of the people in the 1888-1889 census, very few surnames were found when the Tuscarora resided in North Carolina, but those few include Hewitt, Jack, Miller, Smith, and Seneca. You may notice that two of these names, Miller and Smith, are names that were also in common between North Carolina group and the War of 1812 records. Granted, Miller and Smith are both very common names, but there is what appears to be continuity. So I'm gonna post some genealogy links for you guys as well. It looks like there's a good possibility that 5 Tuscarora surnames survived the migration from North Carolina to New York and are likely found in descendants today. It is also very likely that the DNA of the proven Tuscarora paternal lines will match that of descendants, possibly carrying different surnames. In the Carolinas, where we know that some of the Tuscarora remain or married and assimilated. In fact, the records tell us clearly that William Kane and Tuscarora.
Come on, y'all. I told you they move, they marry, they assimilate. They got a movie they just dropped about Leonardo DiCaprio. He's starring in it, and it's about how all these white dudes marry all the native girls so they can steal their oil and their land and shit. I mean, there was a lot of assimilation going on.
Youth remained, and we know he reached the age of maturity, declined to move to New York, and was last seen headed for Raleigh. A woman named Esther Gibson remained, and at least one other female child. Others likely remained as well, but aren't named in financial records, or had married and assimilated or moved elsewhere in earlier generations between the Tuscarora War in 1711 and the official final removal to New York in 1802. And that's all I have. So I'm gonna show you some websites for genealogy. And if you don't trust the free websites, I'll show you 2 to 3 websites where you can pay for it. If you don't feel comfortable doing it on your own, you can pay somebody. Let me bring it up. The first website. Here's the top free genealogy website if you want to check it out. And here's a bonus, www.worldwideweb.archive.com. And I'm going to show you the one that you can pay.
Yeah, guys, you got to look into that. You got to look into that movie. Who was asking about it? Play for Life says, what is the Leonardo DiCaprio movie that you're referencing? It's called Killers of the Flower Moon. Killers of the Flower Moon. Based on a true story.
You know, you got nice color skin. What color would you say that is?
My color.
Oh, Sage, they have the worst land possible.
but they outsmarted everybody. The land had oil on it. Black gold. Money flows freely here now.
I do love that money, sir.
This wealth should come to us. Their time is over.
Come on, if they gonna put it in a movie, if they gonna put in a movie how they was plotting and scheming on the Aboriginals because they got oil, then what do you think they did to us that they want to keep a secret? If they gonna publicly monetize this story of their deceits, then what do you think they really did to us?
It's just going to be another tragedy.
When this money started coming, we should have known it came with something else. They're like buzzards circling our people. We're still warriors.
I ought to kill these white men who killed my family. I need you here.
I am right here.
You've got to take back control of your home.
I was sent down from Washington, D.C. to see about these murders.
See, what about them?
See who's doing it.
Yeah, when assimilating with your enemy goes wrong.
Expecting a miracle to make all this go away. You know they don't happen anymore.
Yeah, interesting, y'all. Interesting to say the least. But yeah, before we wrap up, if there's anybody that wants to call in, provide some commentary, I'm going to open up the phone lines. But yeah, chat, let me know. What did you think about this broadcast? I know that when it comes to the surnames, we were again focusing on the East Coast. We were even more so hyper-focusing on the Tuscarora tribe. But it said there clear as day that there were tribes that assimilated, adopted English and French names, some that, you know, stripped themselves of those European French names and went back to their native roots, and then some that readopted those names again. So, yeah, many people in America have been adopting English and French surnames to get along, to go along and fit in, if you will. But it doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, your history comes from one of an African slave who, after getting free, took on their slave master's name.